Excuse me, what's your name, please?
My name is Hiền.
May I ask you some question?
Sure, go ahead.
What time do you usually get up in the morning?
I usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually study.
What time do you usually study?
I usually study at 5:30 in the morning.
So you usually study at 5:30 in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have breakfast.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast at 6 o'clock.
So you usually have breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to school.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 7 o'clock.
So you usually go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
Do it then.
And then I usually come back home.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 11.
So you usually come back home at 11, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have lunch.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch at 12 o'clock.
So you usually have lunch at 12 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually do my homework.
What time do you usually do your homework?
I usually do my homework at 2 o'clock.
So you usually do your homework at 2 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually listen to music.
What time do you usually listen to music?
I usually listen to music at 4 o'clock.
So you usually listen to music at 4 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
I usually go out with my friends.
What time do you usually go out with your friends?
I usually go out with my friend at 5:30 noon.
So you usually go out with your friend at 5:30, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have dinner.
What time do you usually have dinner?
I usually have dinner at 7 o'clock.
So you usually have dinner at 7 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually study.
What time do you usually study?
I usually study at 8 o'clock.
So you usually study at 8 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to bed.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 10 o'clock at night.
So you usually go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, don't you?
That's right. How about you? What time do you usually get up in the morning?
So you usually get up at 4:30 in the morning.
So you usually get up at 4:30 in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually study.
What time do you usually study?
I usually study at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So you usually study at 5 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have breakfast.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So you usually have breakfast 6 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to school.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning.
So you usually go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually come back home.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 11 o'clock.
So you usually come back at 11 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually cook lunch.
What time do you usually cook lunch?
I usually cook lunch at 12 o'clock.
So you usually cook lunch at 12 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually take a nap.
What time do you usually take a nap?
So you usually take a nap at 1 o'clock.
So you take a nap at 1 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually listen to music.
What time do you usually listen to music?
I usually listen to music at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you usually listen to music at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually study.
What time do you usually study?
I usually study at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you usually study at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, don't you?
That's right.
Oh, And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually cook dinner.
What time do you usually cook dinner?
I usually cook dinner at 6 o'clock.
So you usually have dinner, cook dinner at 6 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have dinner.
So what time do you usually have dinner?
I usually have dinner at 7 o'clock.
So you usually have dinner at 7 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually study.
What time do you usually study?
I usually study at 10 o'clock.
So you usually study at 10 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then, what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to bed.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 12 o'clock at night.
So you usually go to bed at 12 o'clock at night, don't you?
That's right.
Okay, see you later.
See you later.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.